Is David Venable overrated? That question is starting to echo louder across QVC forums, fan groups, and YouTube comments. Because while he's long been considered the golden boy of QVC, the smiling, trustworthy host who makes you feel right at home, some viewers are now seeing a very different side, a side they're not so comfortable with. From whispers of favoritism and fake enthusiasm to mounting criticism over his on-air persona, the backlash is growing. So, what's really going on? Is this just a vocal minority of trolls? Or is there a real shift happening in how fans view one of QVC's most iconic personalities? Today, we're digging into the controversies, the criticism, and the fan conversations QVC probably doesn't want you to hear. Because when the cameras stop rolling, is David Venable really as beloved as we've been led to believe? Let's find out. David Venable joined QVC in 1993. At first, he wasn't the star of the network. He was just another friendly face presenting kitchen gadgets and cookware. But over time, David carved out something rare, a deep emotional bond with viewers. His warm smile, his comforting presence, his signature phrases like "happy dance" and "yummo." He didn't just sell cookware, he sold a feeling, and fans adored it. Eventually, QVC gave him his own show, In the Kitchen with David, which became one of the network's most successful and longest-running programs. Viewers tuned in religiously. They trusted David. He felt like family. But that kind of trust can be a double-edged sword, because when cracks begin to show, the fall can be swift and brutal. For years, David enjoyed near-universal praise. But lately, something has shifted. On Reddit, Facebook groups, and YouTube comment sections, fans are starting to vent. Here's what they're saying. He used to feel genuine. Now it's like he's playing a character. He talks over the guests too much. Let them speak. It's always the same jokes, the same routine. I'm tired of it. Why does QVC push him so hard when others barely get airtime? Some even go further. They accuse him of faking enthusiasm, of acting like every pot and pan is the best thing since sliced bread. To a loyal viewer, it feels exaggerated. To a skeptic, it feels manipulative. And that's where the word overrated starts to come in. There's a term floating around in fan forums, David fatigue. And it's exactly what it sounds like. Some viewers are feeling burned out by his constant presence, not just on In the Kitchen with David, but across the QVC schedule. A quick pause. If you care about what's really going on at QVC, hit that subscribe button right now. Like the video if you're enjoying it so far, and drop a comment to share your thoughts. And if you want early access to exposés and insider leaks, join our channel membership today. Now, let's get back to it. They say it's too much of the same voice, too much of the same style, too little variety. I used to love him, one viewer wrote. Now I change the channel when I see his face. That's a drastic shift, from favorite to fatigue. And it raises a tough question. Has QVC relied too heavily on David Venable's popularity? Because when you put a single host on a pedestal for so long, eventually someone's going to try to knock him off. David's on-screen persona is warm, bubbly, endlessly positive. But that carefully polished image is also part of the criticism. Some fans argue that it feels forced, almost too perfect. He never seems to have a bad day. He always has the right words, the perfect smile. And that's where trust starts to fray. In a time when audiences crave authenticity, overly polished delivery can come across as disingenuous. It feels fake, one viewer said bluntly. I want a host who's real, not someone who acts like a Hallmark movie character 24/7. It's harsh, but it's also honest. And when people start questioning your authenticity, it's a hard thing to recover from. It's important to note, David still has millions of loyal fans. Many will defend him fiercely. They say he's kind, consistent, and comforting in a chaotic world. But the divide is growing. Some longtime viewers feel left behind, as if the show has become more about David than the products or the guests. Others say his In the Kitchen brand has become repetitive and stale. There's a generational tension too. Younger QVC viewers often want faster pacing, more product info, less fluff. And David's traditional, slower, warmer approach doesn't always land with that audience. So now, QVC is stuck in the middle, trying to keep the old fans happy while appealing to a younger demo that might find David, well, a little too much. In recent years, QVC has experimented with pairing David up with other hosts, particularly during cooking segments and product launches. And while some viewers enjoy the banter, others see it as awkward. There's a growing perception that David dominates the conversation, talks over co-hosts, and doesn't let the products shine. He interrupts too much. One commenter said, "Let the expert speak." Others say he turns every segment into the David show, even when the spotlight should be on a guest or brand. And when that kind of behavior is repeated week after week, fans notice. The comment threads don't lie. Viewers are paying attention. Another layer to this story is the sense that QVC protects David, even when criticism mounts. When other hosts get backlash, the network sometimes shifts them quietly off the air. But David, he stays center stage. Some speculate that he's too valuable to QVC's brand to touch. He's a proven seller, a trusted name, a revenue machine. But others say that kind of favoritism leads to stagnation and resentment. Why should one host get treated like royalty while others come and go without notice? It's a fair question. And fans are starting to ask it out loud. To date, David Venable has rarely addressed the criticism directly. He keeps things positive, upbeat, on brand, which is understandable. He's a professional, but some fans wish he'd be more transparent, more real. When the backlash builds, silence can be interpreted as arrogance, or worse, indifference. Even a simple acknowledgement could go a long way. But so far, David has stayed quiet, and that silence is starting to speak volumes. Being the face of a brand is a double-edged sword. Yes, it comes with perks, fame, loyalty, income. But it also comes with enormous pressure. Every stumble is magnified, every word is scrutinized. And when fans feel let down, the fall is steep. David Venable built a reputation on trust and familiarity. That's why fans are so passionate, both in their praise and their criticism. Because when you become the face of QVC, you also become the target when things don't feel right. So, let's go back to the question. Is David Venable overrated? It depends on who you ask. To some, he's a beloved icon who has earned his place through years of dedication and heart. To others, he's a relic of an older QVC, out of touch, overly polished, and clinging to a role that's grown stale. Both perspectives are valid. But what's clear is this: David Venable is no longer beyond criticism. The cracks in the facade are showing, and fans, loyal and new, are speaking louder than ever. Whether he chooses to evolve or stay the course could determine his future on QVC, because right now, the spotlight is hotter than ever. And the question isn't just, is David Venable overrated? It's how long can QVC ignore the voices that say he is? David Venable is a QVC legend. That's undeniable. But legends aren't immune to criticism, and fan loyalty isn't forever. As QVC shifts, evolves, and rebrands, all eyes are on the hosts who helped build its identity. Some will thrive, others may fade. And David? Well, his future may depend on one thing: whether the charming act fans once adored can still feel authentic in a world that's asking for something real. What do you think? Has David Venable lost his touch? Or is the backlash just part of being in the spotlight? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We want to hear from you. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you want more deep dives into the real stories behind QVC. Until next time!